Good day everyone, so it's me again, Joanna, and in this video, I will going to tell you how I express myself online. I will going to discuss my ethical behavior during online class, and also I will going to give you some tips for proper conduct during online learning. The rules for online learning are essentially similar to face-to-face learning, wherein we students have to read the lesson given by our teacher, we have to take notes of important details and information, and we have to attend the scheduled lesson and participate in the discussion. The only difference I see is the settings we're in online learning. Instead of studying in classroom, here we study in the comfort of our home. So, how do I express myself online? How do I interact with my classmates and my teacher online? So, basically, I have guidelines for ethical online behavior. I have heard this from one of my former professors and decided to follow it. In this guideline, I consider the medium of communication, which are mostly written. So first and foremost, I don't type with all caps lock. For students like me, typing in all caps, especially in chatting on our course group chat, is inappropriate and rude. In written language, when we type or write with all caps, it implies or indirectly mean that we are yelling. Therefore, I compose my text with proper capitalization and punctuation mark because we students should always be polite and respectful. Second, I avoid sarcastic remarks. In online class, I have encountered some of my classmates asking for clarification through chat. Even though they are my friends, I avoid talking sarcasm because that might cause misguided argument. Third, I set a respectful and formal tone every time I communicate with my teachers through verbal and written communication. If I have some concern that I needed to address through chat, I make sure that I compose my message in a respectful and formal manner, wherein I start my chat with a greetings and then I make sure that I still introduce myself and then end my chat with thank you. Apart from that, I always make sure that I chat with complete sentence, proper capitalization, and punctuation mark. And lastly, in virtual meeting, when somebody is talking, I listen intently. I avoid unnecessary movements that might distract the speaker. And of course, I wear proper clothes. I think that is just a basic rule on virtual meeting. So that is how I express myself online. Now, let me give you some tips for proper conduct in online learning. So tip number 1, make reading and watching a habit. In this online learning, we might have several questions and clarification regarding the lesson and instruction. However, sometimes the answer to our questions are already given. All we have to do is back read or rewatch the video discussion. Tip number 2, submit all the requirements prior to their deadline. That will not just show how responsible we are as a student, but also it will save us from a lot of stress if ever they are piled up. Tip number 3, in submitting our requirements, follow the instruction and format. Always consider the file extension we are going to use and make sure that our teacher can access it. And of course, do not forget to put our own name so that our teacher will not have hard time finding it. And tip number 4, do not rely everything on our teacher. Remember, even in face-to-face class, we students are active participants. If we want learning to last longer, then we should be the one who discover and construct it. Therefore, if you are confused about something, then you can search it on the internet. No need to ask everything in our teacher. So that's it. I know it's indeed hard for all of us to abruptly adapt to this new normal approach of education. This setup made some of us lose interest in studying since we students have a lot of learning styles or we have different learning style. But please do not lose your passion. A sweet future educator will facilitate the learning of the hope of our nation. Let us use that as an inspiration to continue. It is difficult, but someday we will see the worth of it. Thank you and have a great day.